What screams I'm insecure? Putting someone down in a group conversation to make themselves seem better. Fishing for compliments. Nothing annoys me more. When my wife and I moved into our house, I got approached by the neighbor across the street. He introduced himself. Said he was retired from the military and said he makes a ton of money from disability. I think during our 10-minute or so conversation the topic of money was brought up at least 5 times and it all circled back to how well off he was. And then he started talking about the neighbor that lives next door to us. I could tell he really wanted people to be impressed and like him. When somebody can't stop bad-mouthing others. Pointing out someone's flaws as a joke or a way to look cool. People never shutting up about their IQ. Yeah. I have a distaste for that too. Fortunately, I'm much more acute than a lot of other homo sapiens who just aren't as fortunate as I to develop such a well-perceptive disposition. Inconceivable that such incomprehension could draw breath in this world, but not surprising that I consider them so simple-minded. I mean, I am very apt, so it's no surprise that they couldn't reach my level knowledge. Yeah, honestly, I'm even sometimes surprised by my own intelligence and learning ability. Constantly having to post how amazing your relationship is. Reading this whole thread and praying none of the answers apply to me. People that constantly need to tell you, remind you of any of the following. Broke. Haven't been laid in a year. Can't bench more than 120. The inability to be genuinely happy for others. If other people's success or happiness feels threatening or uncomfortable, that is usually due to insecurity. If you're confident, you can separate their life from yours. Not compare and focus on your own lane, and you can be happy for others for succeeding in theirs. Understanding that your value isn't diminished by the fortune of others. Posting 15 times a day about your life on social media. Secure people don't need to seek validation for everything they do. Acting like you're so much busier than everyone else. I have a co-worker who pretends to talk on the phone with people. Always emails everybody at 10:00 PM to make it look like he's working late. Constantly complains about how much is on his plate, etc. He feels the need to constantly be validating his worth to everyone. 1-uppers. 2-uppers. Being a grown-ass adult yelling at the teenage cashier's retail associates over the most minor of inconveniences and errors. Bonus points when they scream "when I was your age." Proving that they're insecure about their current age or simply jealous of other people still being youthful. Me when I'm with my therapist. He's a bit hard of hearing. Always having to be the center of attention. Some people are just naturally the center of attention. Other people are insecure because they have never been the center of attention. Nor will they ever be. Edit. Got my first gold. Thanks. Chester Bennington right before the chorus in Crawling. Anyone who deletes a post and then re-upload it at a later time. The dude I saw on the interstate driving a big truck with humongous letters on the back window spelling "I have a girlfriend." Granting gold to your own posts. Damn. Should have said platinum, you emergency cucumber. Me. Although I don't usually scream it. I just kinda mumble it under my breath and then go back under my rock. Couples sharing a Facebook or Instagram page. Duh. One of them cheated. Your partner looking through your phone because they don't trust you. Your partner telling you stories about their sexual experiences or encounters but get upset when you talk about yours. Your partner telling you not to talk with one of your friends that's the same gender as your partner. Your partner gets upset that you talk to the cashier that's the same gender as your partner about your POC registered sign-on hoodie and said you were flirting with her. You okay, buddy? Constantly judging others for the stupidest smallest. Or get second-hand embarrassments from you actually being comfortable with yourself and being yourself in public. Example, dancing to a song in a car. Have a friend like that. One of the most insecure people never stopped talking about anyone and everyone. Thankfully I think he is slowly learning his lesson. Edit. Secondary sources I used to be pretty insecure, so I know these things firsthand. Putting other people down. That opening line of that One Direction song. Insulting people for no reason. Telling others you're alpha. I'm not insecure. How defensive do I have to act about this? Before you accept I'm telling the truth. Going out of one's way to tell someone else that they are uncool. Like I jaff. Go yourself. And let me go myself in peace. Edit. To clarify. I mean the type of people that say you're uncool because you're weird. People just want a vibe. And sure, some people think others are weird. But if you go out of your way to tell someone they are different, go yourself, because ultimately everyone is different, weird, uncool to someone else, lol. If you want to go tell a pedo arsehole that she is uncool, I understand. I'd give you a pitchfork to go with that sentiment. Every single one of your selfies that you share on social media are super filtered. Rolling coal. When I was an architectural student, my professor told me I'd never be an architect. But I later became an architect anyway, despite his cynicism. When my design was used for a new skyscraper in New York City, I went all the way back to Wesleyan to show him how wrong he was and how successful I'd become. Looking back on it, sometimes I'll do that. I'll go outside and just scream I'm insecure. And my neighbor will scream back with the nicest "shut the up." Insulting people who have something you don't. Messaging a girl to tell her she's hot. Then when she rejects you, doesn't respond, immediately calling her a bitch. McDonald's Wi-Fi according to my phone. Taking the muffler off your car so it sounds loud, when in reality, it is a tan 2002 Ford Focus with a broken tail light. Posting constant selfies. Someone who has to keep one-upping you. People that post about how badass they are. My stepfather, which I hate, does this, but I hate it when he says that a real man does this or a real man isn't this, you know. They constantly feel everybody dislikes them, don't care about them, and if someone talks bad about them they lose sleep over it. I wish I wasn't like this. Anytime you catch two people giggling or laughing amongst themselves, you assume it's because you're being made fun of. A ridiculous amount of selfie taking. A subreddit that won't let you comment unless you have flagged Flare, dedicating yourself as a dedicated member to ensure it is a complete echo chamber with no dissenting opinions. Getting actually angry when you lose a game that's played for fun, not money, like cards or Monopoly. An unlocked Footlocker. Unironically calling people snowflakes. Alpha. Soy boy. Sheeple, etc. All these phrases and ones like them scream insecurity. Read all the replies to this post. Endlessly talking about yourself. Speaking from a formerly very insecure place in my teens. Calling other people simp. Wearing a hoodie in 100-degree weather. Edit. I feel personally attacked. I used to know a guy who would constantly complain about getting friend-zoned and then cry about being small down there. People who overshare for the sake of attention. I overshare because I don't know when to shut my mouth. I'm getting so sick of people waving around their Enneagram numbers like it's their business card. If you want to talk about yourself, then don't let some test result do it for you. A very loud insecure person. Being homophobic. If you're homophobic, you're either really insecure about your masculinity or you're secretly gay. People who get worked up about stuff in Reddit threads. I disagree and will now spend the next 4 hours trying to argue with you. Pulling out your phone after 5 seconds of awkward silence. Saying, is this bad? Am I doing it wrong? Should I stop? Would you rather just eat ice cream? I'm so very sorry. During sex. When girls say I only date men not boys. Continual selfies. My friend's neighbor has a Blue Lives Matter. Trump 2016. Trump 2020. Do not tread on me. And American flag on the same pole. The American flag touches the ground because of what's above it. Isn't the American flag supposed to always be at the top? Snooping through your partner's phone. One of those giant lifted trucks. Screaming. I'm not insecure. Tweeting false information like mad. And then you get banned for life. Showing up to a protest with an AR-15. A woman saying she doesn't get along with other women. When someone turns their head as they walk into the duo or possessiveness and jealousy. The people of Reddit. Using big words, slightly clumsily, when smaller ones will do just as well. Why say more word when less word do trick? Asking people how much they earn. A friend of mine who is an idiot and still can't finish university is currently making good money with his family business. They sell construction material and due to Argentine inflation that industry is booming. So he goes everywhere asking how much they earn as professionals with college degrees. Saying university is useless. I have no problem by saying my salary or discussing about it with a coworker. What I am trying to point is the fact of this guy desire to compare himself and feel better just because he is making more money than his social circle average. Deleting and reposting the same photo on Instagram over and over because you didn't get any likes. Going through anyone's phone without their consent. Getting on our dating advice and whining about how girls have it easy in the dating world. Says something incredibly sexist, racist, homophobic, etc. Gets called out on it. Why can't you take a joke? Being a people pleaser. And constantly apologizing for everything whether it was your fault or not. Claiming to be an alpha male. I find guys who do that to be incredibly insecure. I am prior military. In an amazing relationship with a woman I supported through law school. And I work in the financial industry. I have never felt the need to publicly claim that I am an alpha to show my worth. I also think the entire system of ranking masculinity is ridiculous. Just because a UFC fighter could kick my ass does not make him more of a man than me. Do the dishes. Play with your kid. Feel your emotions. Help others. And live your best life. That is what will make you a great person. Locking your sibling out of your Minecraft account because you're worried they'll steal your friends. Don't ask. Jealousy. Wanting the password for your SOS phone. I know a guy who, anytime he's talking about a woman, he has to mention whether or not he finds her sexually attractive or mention her body parts. Every relationship he's had has failed because he only goes after looks. If she's attractive enough, he will let her walk all over him. When he's not in a relationship, he will talk about women non-stop and how he needs to find some PSSY. That screams insecure emo. Excessive use of Snapchat filters. Big ass pickup truck. Blaming immigrants for our tight jobs. Being a fucking asshole. Truck nuts. Women complaining about other women wearing something that is out of style. Posting anything about being ugly. Wearing a regular ass shirt in a pool. I gotta contain my furry boobs.